Hi all, welcome to the video on Pega Monks. In this video we are going to see about as of date and date range circumstancing. So first we will see how this date as of date circumstancing works. So here I created an sample application and I will just first do one save as of this particular flow. Anything can be circumstanced. So file, specialized by circumstance, and date range property, and let's do one px create date time, and we will give one start date here and then create an open. So we have created an as of date circumstancing, and I will create one more thing, rule for a specific range. Now I will go here, file, specialized by circumstancing, property and date, choose the same date, px create date time. This time we will give a range 1 week, 16th to 23rd, create and open. That's it. So we created now two circumstance rules which is be playing on property as of date. So now this will explain it. So what I did is, now this is, I had one base rule, I created two property. First I created one rule just with only with the 15th March. Second I created one more rule with a date range, start date and then end range. So what Pega will do is, whenever greater than this specific range, now the second rule what we created is falls more into this range and this will get picked up. And beyond 20th March what will happen is, there is one more rule we created with only with start date as 15th. So this base rule will get, this circumstance rule will get started picking up. Imagine we didn't create this particular rule, it will go back and call the base rule. So the thumb rule for as of date is, we should be having a property which is of date and time range. So that is the key criteria. So again I will explain it here. So we had one base rule. First let's look at the circumstanced version. See, there is one px create date time only with the start date without any end date. We created one more version of px create time with start date and end date. So this will pick up the priority for 1 week in case of circumstancing. Moment this date went past this thing, it will fall into px create date time, because this particular rule will be carried out throughout the future now, because there is no end date specified for this thing, only the start date is given. So this is that particular rule which will come into play always. How will we test this particular thing is, let me create one case here. Now we can run the tracer, but since I am trying to restrict all the videos to less than 10 minutes, so which will give a good understanding for you guys. So I'm not running the tracer, I'm just using clipboard to show this. So I will create one case here, click done. So let the case got created. Now let me go into clipboard, S4, so work page, okay, and click here flow. See, go to this flow. Okay, now this is the rule is getting called. See, it is having a timestamp 2426630. Now let me open this rule. Okay, see, this is the circumstance what we created, have both start date and end date. Ideally this should be get executed now. View XML. Let me go to this PCINS key. Where is the clipboard? Yeah, let me compare this here for you. Okay, can you see? So this is that shopping cart flows. Look at the timestamp 20205426. So exactly what it means is, we both are matching the PCINS key of this particular rule and px flow ins key. This is that unique key, it's matching. So this shows our second rule, which is between this start date and end date is executed, because this is more appropriate matching. And if it is beyond 24th now, immediately it will go and call this rule. And this is for as of date. Remember, as of date is always having a property link to it. Now I will show a demo for date range. So date range means there is no property, it will pick up our current date and time. I will open another rule. This time I will do with section. I will do one section save file save as. Same way I will give one start date and end date here. So for this particular week, this screen will render. If it is an, imagine it is a festival season for next 1 week. So this is that UI users will see. Yeah. Now I will click at this circumstance version. See, there is no property over here. So in this case, system will look for the system date and time, and it will execute this particular rule and then render it to the user, and it will stop rendering that particular screen beyond this date. Now let's see over here how it looks is. Now open process, go to flow v circumstance. See, you will be seeing 3 flows here now. One will be base, and with the property, can you see, one is base, one is property which is going to execute after March 16th forever, and px create date time is going to execute between this range. Only in this range it will be valid. Beyond this range it will fall back here. If you delete this rule, it will go to the base rule. I will take another session on withdraw of circumstancing. And user interface, this is the second rule we created. Here we will see 2 rules. One is base rule and one is the circumstance version of the rule. Look at over here, the key differences: as of date, it's having a property, and date range does not have a property. So this is the key difference between as of date and date range circumstancing. So both uses the date, one uses system date, and one uses any property which can be controlled as per the requirements need. I hope this is clear. We will soon catch up in another video on how to withdraw circumstancing. So that's a very interesting topic there. So thanks all for watching the Pega Monks. Stay tuned for other videos to come in. Thanks. Bye.